Spotify on. What? Okay. Oh boy. Alright, well. I completely forgot to buy. I think at this point, since I already did chapter 1, I think I'm gonna have to wait and do Steph's story after I finish the game. At this point now I'm already one chapter in it. Oh, that's the... Oops. I just downloaded, like, the upgrade, and I didn't realize I had the PS4 version, too. I just downloaded. Oops. Alright. So we should jump right into chapter 2. Yeah, that cliffhanger, though, for chapter 1. Lanterns. Hopefully get knocked out today. We'll find out. Have to wait and see. But yeah, Steph's story is gonna have to be after I finish.
I'm not big on speeches. I've always believed that the role of the bartender is to shut up and listen. And by that measure, Gabe was the worst bartender I've ever known.
So he did die. As far as we're aware.
I never issued a speeding ticket to someone on a bicycle before. Till he came along.
He cared so much about my admissions essay. Even though he probably couldn't spell admissions or essay.
He booked my band to play the Lantern. All the way from Seattle to pretty much right where I'm standing.
I can recall 14 specific instances where Gabe said something that made me laugh.
And he's got a list.
The first was 2 years ago.
So, long story short, instead of a ticket, I ended up buying him a beer.
Gabe stood like 3 feet away, grinning like a doofus at us. I'm sure there were more people, but I only remember him.
And then he said, I know! That's why the K is silent. Then the 5th time...
He cared about everyone.
He was the kind of guy you wanted to be around.
He was a world-class bullshitter.
He was my best friend.
All I want to say about Gabe is he came into this bar as a stranger, but he left it as family. Guess that's that then. What happened to Gabe was a senseless, tragic accident. And I just wish that...
It wasn't an accident.
Son, now is not the time.
Gabe called the mine. I gave him my sat phone to be sure he could get through. They fucked up. And now Gabe's dead.
That was my shift. If anyone had called, it would have gone through me. Nobody called.
You're lying. In front of Gabe's own fucking sister. Alex heard the whole thing.
He's right. I was there when Gabe made the call.
I don't remember. But since Mac is in Nobody's Good
I'd like
Books,
to hear
I'm
what
going
you
along
have
with
to
it.
say about that, Mac.
I'm not saying anything. Just, I didn't get a call. Draw your own conclusions.
All right, folks. This is an ongoing investigation.
How about we review the sequence of events, hmm?
Well, son.
When I saw you at the record store, you seemed pretty eager to find Gabe. Remember why? Hmm? Another fight with Riley, maybe?
No, I don't have to take this.
Just saying. Pretty wild that you come stumbling out of Gabe's apartment with your face all fucked up.
Ryan.
And just a couple hours later, you just so happened to miss the call that would have saved his life.
Look, I told you there was no call to miss. Okay, maybe the call got dropped. Or shit, I mean, it's not like Gabe was Mr. Reliable all the time.
Watch your mouth, Mac.
Ryan, that's enough. Now, I'm just as eager as you to understand all this, son, but there was a time...
Bullshit, Dad. This little weasel's calling Gabe a liar at his own fucking wake.
No, I am just telling you.
Mac, I swear, if you say there was no call one more fucking time...
Stop it! Stop it now!
This is not the time or place. We're all here for Gabe. Okay, Ryan?
Sure, I'm sorry. It's not... I'm just... I'm not the one who killed him.
Aren't you, though?
What the fuck did you just say?
Ryan, back off.
Oh, I'm just saying. I thought I heard that you're
Mac,
the one.
you shut the hell up.
No. No, go ahead. You got something to say, Mac? Let's fucking hear it.
Come on, guys. Don't make me intervene.
All right, fine. As long as we're tossing around accusations, way I hear it, you're the guy who cut the rope. Why not
That's
you?
it. It's over. Everyone out.
I don't know why my browser keeps doing this. Chrome. Keeps doing like some weird decoding thing.
Alex?
Hey.
Fuck those guys.
Yeah.
Are you okay?
For now. We'll see how long that lasts.
It's not your job to keep it together.
Thanks. Do you, it's messy, but do you want to come in?
Sure. You play guitar?
Sort of. It was a gift. From Gabe.
Cool. Gabe would try to pop wheelies outside the record store to make me laugh. Never worked. Till he wiped out. That was hilarious.
Little foosball.
Gabe really wanted to do the LARP for Ethan. But by the end of it, he was more jazzed about it than anybody.
Wish I could have seen it.
We took this a year ago. No way. I can't.
What?
He actually kept it. What a dick. Sorry. I just need a minute.
Yeah, blue is sad.
Yeah,
Red is angry.
No problem.
I think purple's afraid.
Calm down, Alex. You're fine. You're fine. Whatever that bottle made her think of, it really messed her up. I wonder if I could help her the same way I helped Ethan. I need to feel her sadness to figure out how to help her. One of the happiest memories I have. Thanks, Gabe. Charlotte's sculpture. I wonder how she's really holding up.
Which one is it? That was one of the...
Foosball champion? Why would that make her so sad?
I swear it was like L2 or R2 is one of the... how you feel about...
Living off these is not great, but it's better than leaving the apartment.
Figure out some way to help her like we did Ethan? It's not doing anything, any of the triggers. Okay.
Love that Gabe was going to be part of a LARP. Would have been fun to see. Feels like a million years since that day with Gabe. Hasn't even been a week. Hey, Shushu. Thanks for sticking around.
I mean, it is... Where's... They don't have a controller button or anything, seriously. Oh, it's X. Oh, I'm an idiot. Okay, I'm sorry. I just realized I thought it was like one of those markers. I could hardly see the X. Oh, I'm an idiot. I thought it was just like one of those things that float above people's heads anyway. That's what
Now
she
I
means.
can find out what's really going on with Steph.
What are they called again?
Don't shit on my yard! They're amazing! Their guitarist has one arm.
Badass.
I mean, Def Leppard has a one-armed drummer.
Dude, give it up. I already booked a bus ticket.
Wait, hear me out. One more game. If I win, you have to stay. If you win, I'll cover the ticket.
You just lost $50.
Damn it, fucking overpowered blue meteor.
Aww. Is your controller broken too?
We're playing until I win.
Then I'll be crashing here tonight.
So it's like they were romantically.
Ladies and gentlemen, presenting your new foosball champion, Gabe Chen.
Oh, you're the worst. Can't believe I have to stay in this stupid town.
I think we both know you could have beat me if you really wanted to. So you're welcome.
Bullshit.
Steph?
Sorry. This is so embarrassing. I just need some time.
Okay. Her sadness is so strong. I hope I can help.
Here's to your new job at the station.
Oh, didn't I tell you? I'm not taking it. I move to Denver next week.
You what?
I think I know enough to help her now. Still can't believe he's gone.
Yep. He's the whole reason I'm still... I'm sorry, Alex. Don't mind me.
I could put on a record, if you like.
Nah, not really in the mood.
Maybe something else? How about a quick match?
Did Gabe tell you we played?
Yeah. And he said he kicked your butt.
Asshole. I don't really think it's a great time. Fine.
First to 5 points?
If you say so.
So, how often did you and Gabe play?
It was one of our favorite games.
You must be pretty good then.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay, we don't actually move anything. Wait.
You were
Okay.
in a band, right?
Yeah,
What'd you play?
drums.
How long did you play with them?
Too long.
Gotcha.
Ah. Completely missed it. No. I'm actually really trying here. The game is not even putting up a fight here. Ah. Oh. No. Oh. Shoot. Nice. I'm actually really competitive about this. Ah. Oh. Fool. Oh. There we go.
5 points. That's game.
I feel like I probably should have let her win.
Big shocker.
Oh, hey, at least you played your best.
I mean, that obviously wasn't my best.
No, I get it.
I should have let her
And
win.
this is a tough game.
Damn.
Requires skill
I got too
Timing.
competitive. I should have let her win.
and the will to be a champion.
Oh, is that how it is?
Okay. Joking aside, playing this stupid game with you is exactly what I need right now.
You're on.
Okay. Doing this again.
I'm actually trying this time, so you better focus.
I am focusing.
Good. Wouldn't want you to get distracted or anything.
Certainly not.
Oh, God. I'm struggling here. No.
Greatest Northwest band of all time, go.
Are you trying to distract me?
Oh, of course not. Slater Kinney, if you were wondering.
Steph, you can't distract me. I'm a pro gamer. That's why I'm playing Life is Strange. Blasphemy! Ah. Oh, Jukes. Oh, no. Seriously? I think I'm gonna guess that the game is supposed to get harder. I don't know. Damn. Frick. Okay. Seriously? Oh, there we go.
Woo!
Shit.
Oh, that's a win.
I was actually trying that time.
If you do it one more
Okay,
time, you
wait.
probably will win.
Let's get serious. One more game, winner takes title of Ultimate Foosball Champion.
I don't know.
Come on. You know Gabe would be all about us playing like this.
Well, then it's settled.
I'm probably gonna get my butt kicked in this game.
This is it, for all the marbles.
So many marbles.
Definitely the kind of game you want to focus on, no matter what happens.
Totally.
Oh. Oh,
Hey, so are you into girls or what?
hello?
I mostly dated guys before, actually.
Oh yeah? Do they listen to CDs of bird calls? Because I could hook you up.
Can't say I've ever dated a bird call enthusiast before.
Who's what?
What?
What? Fuck.
I knew it.
How old are you exactly?
Old enough to know better.
What? Did she say loser? I think that's what she said. What? Why did you go there? Frick. Oh. Let's go. No. What? Oh my god. Oh my god, no. No! Oh. Oh.
Foosball champion! Foosball champion!
God damn! Shit, family! Oh!
Good game.
Thanks, Alex. I'm really glad you talked me into it. It was a lot of fun.
Of course.
Well, that didn't last long. Or no, we're better.
So, what are you gonna do now?
What do you mean?
That shit with Mac. He's clearly lying, right?
No question.
I knew he was a jerk,
No
but this is
hesitation on
another
my part.
level.
I think I need to prove that he's lying. For myself and for Gabe.
I've got your back. No matter what.
Thank you. That means a lot.
I should head back to work.
Cool.
Bye.
Bye. I know Gabe made that call. But did Mac really let the blast go off just to get back at him? See? I can be a person.
I say.
At least I got to have a few good moments.
I don't know what to do now. I guess just wait for something to happen. I don't know.
It's a start.
Oh, that's right. It goes up to the roof. I forgot. That's cool. Button.
This thing's been up here a while. Isn't that Steph's old band?
Putting green.
I bet Gabe could even make golf fun.
Cool. This is probably one of those Zen moments.
I thought this was going to be the one. Finally. Despite all the disappointments, I really let myself believe. I believed you completely. I let myself hope, really hope, for the first time in years. Even after I freaked out in front of you and hit you, you didn't push me away. You sat right there and told me that I wasn't broken, that I was special, and I belonged. Then you died, and I don't know what to believe now, except you're gone again, and I'm still here, alone.
So to take all of this pain, so to take all of this pain.
I guess we'll go back to the bar, find out what we do from there.
Thanks, Jed.
Tip your bartender if you can't. Maybe you had too much. That's great. That's a great line. Well, I mean, he gifted the apartment to us, so can't really. Well, he can kick us out. He's the landlord, but.
Oh, hey, kid, you don't have to do that.
Too late.
Wanted to apologize. For all of us. We're all grieving, but that's no excuse. It was your brother's wake, and you both deserve better than listening to a bunch of fools squabble.
I appreciate it. That was pretty rough. Although it's hard to imagine a good version of your dead brother's wake.
No, there's no good version. Just all of us trying to get through it together the best we can. Wasn't the first wake held in this old building. I doubt it'll be the last. Anyway, if there's anything I can do, just let me know.
I need to talk to Mac. I know he's lying. I just don't know why. Any idea where I can find him?
Well, he helps out Eleanor at the flower shop. That'd be the place to start.
Thanks.
I feel like I should warn you, though. You might not get the kind of closure you're looking for. If you get any at all. Just don't pin all your hopes on Mac Loudon.
Thanks for looking out for me, but what else am I supposed to do?
I wish I had an answer for you. But if you get a chance before you go all Dirty Harry, swing by the dispensary. Charlotte wants to see you. And one more thing. I've been meaning to give you this for the last few days, but I didn't want to disturb you up there. It'll get you through that door and the one upstairs. This is your home now, for as long as you'd like.
What about rent? I don't want to be a freeloader.
Don't worry about that for right now. We'll work out a way for you to earn your keep when the time comes.
Thank you.
Give him hell.
I have no idea what to even say to him.
That was weird. I swear my phone just went off. So let's see, Charlotte, Mac. Who keeps dying? Okay, so we have to see. Well, I figured we probably should change our clothes. So we're gonna see Charlotte, Mac, and whoever else. I don't remember. It seemed like there was somebody else. Maybe not. Oh, Ryan. Okay. Let's go with that one. Alright. Walk out the door, then I'm gonna have to step away from it to feed the dog.
Okay, Jed said I might find Mac in the flower shop. But I have time to swing by the dispensary if I want.
Yeah, but who was that in the alley?
Oh, you heard about the accident.
Okay, I'll be back. Okay, I'm back.
Was it on the news?
Okay, so there was something new? I don't know. Text. Okay. There's somebody in.
No, no one's been fired.
There was somebody in an alley, and I wanted to see it, but or find out who it was, but I don't know. Okay, we gotta go to dispensary. Okay, how's he feeling? He's feeling sad.
Hey, Pike.
Hey! How you holding up?
I'm okay.
Okay, is good. I think. Hey, I want you to know I meant what I said back there. Gabe was something else. He could bring a smile to my face even on the worst days.
Yeah, that's what everyone's been saying.
And, when you're ready, I still need to get your statement for the investigation.
I think I'll be ready soon.
Yeah. Yeah. No rush.
I guess it wasn't super. Oh.
Poor kid. Came all the way out here for her brother. And now...
And now, I've got to figure out the truth.
Poor kid.
Okay,
Came all the way out
something
here
like
for
that.
her brother.
The park looks fun to explore.
Diner.
This location gets all the foot traffic.
Ah.
And word around the water cooler is the mining company is a boat.
Customers here are a lot nicer than in Denver.
Never been to Denver, but I guarantee they're nice here.
Frankly, I'm a little... It's bullshit. We have a right to know what's happening to our jobs.
You guys don't think anything's really gonna change, right?
Treasures of Tibet. Is that a dispensary?
Sorry.
Might be a good time to check out the dispensary. Jed said Charlotte wants to talk to me. Oh, sorry.
We met briefly. You're Gabe Chen's sister, right?
Alex, yeah.
I didn't know him well, but I could tell he had a big heart. I'm so sorry for your loss.
I kind of don't remember her. Her face is familiar, but I don't remember her. Oh God, I got something in my eye. Ow. Okay. Okay, hopefully I can promise that that is the last time I'll be interrupted. My cousin just called, and I'm surprised it's not as loud as I thought it was,
Charlotte?
the phone.
Alex, hey. Jed said you wanted to see me? I just wanted to see how you were doing. I'm okay. Keeping my chin up. Sometimes that's all you can do. How about you? I can't even imagine what you're going through.
Honestly, I'm really trying to keep it together for Ethan. He's hurting.
Sorry, his son just came right
I
in the
hear he's been
window,
having a rough time.
so I'm a little blind right now.
He practically just lost a father. But he's shutting me out. He's never done that before. Not when it mattered.
Everyone grieves differently. Maybe he just needs some time.
We've been through a lot together. With the divorce and moving. He's never shut down like this. I just can't get through to him. I can't get over the feeling that the one person who could help me deal with the aftermath of Gabe's death is Gabe.
What is this?
An affidavit from Typhon. If I sign, I'm agreeing not to press charges in exchange for a payment. A big one.
How big are we talking?
It's send Ethan to college big.
Shit. Are you gonna sign it?
I don't know. I'm trying to put Ethan first, but... What would you do? Do you think it would be a betrayal of Gabe?
I figured this was gonna be a decision. Like, if they're willing to settle this out of court, or that you don't press charges, that's because obviously the other decision, other than how big was the settlement, was that's shady. And I guess it is, like, if they're immediately willing to put it out there as opposed to willing to go to court, I guess, put it that way. But then you go into the morality of, like, I mean, money can't buy you happiness. Money doesn't solve your problem. Like, it doesn't matter, like, how big of a settlement it is. So I'm gonna go with no.
I don't think you should sign it. I'm sorry. I know it's hard, but you can't let Typhon buy you off. Gabe made that call, and I'm gonna prove it. I need some time.
Thanks for being honest.
If they're willing to pay Charlotte to keep quiet, they're definitely hiding something.
She's afraid.
I really appreciate you stopping by. Feel free to take a look around if you want.
Yeah, okay. Given the circumstances, I could definitely go for a few of these.
Man, these things better do the trick. I'm averaging like 3 hours a night.
Pro tip? Insomnia doesn't usually come from nowhere, and THC is way better at treating it when you're also tackling the underlying cause. Any idea what's keeping you up? Of course, she's right. But I could really use that money.
We can't give in, no matter how hard it is.
I'm always here for you, if you need anything.
Thanks. Back at you.
All right. Sometimes I had to pull my blind so I'm not blind. Even though that's kind of in the name of the object.
Still need to check the flower shop for Mac.
It's fine. I love it.
Bench girl.
Steph asked me to pop by the record store if I had time.
And right here. And I'm going where?
Steph asked me to swing by. She's got to be around here somewhere. Helpful.
Pretty guy.
How could Chrissy leave me? After everything we've been through together.
It's hard to beat breakup music, but maybe I can find something around here to cheer him up.
Let's see. God, I'm like, if this continues, I'm just gonna pull my blind down. I'm like blind in one eye. Like, how do you find anything for him?
The breakup section, huh? That's rough, buddy.
How could Chrissy leave me? After everything we've been through together.
It's hard to beat breakup music, but maybe I can find something around here to cheer him up.
Let's see if anything pops up. Probably not. I'm not finding anything. I mean, I don't want to really go out of my way, but like nothing's popping out for anything else otherwise. So
I'm glad Gabe convinced her to stay.
okay, I'm pulling my blind down. I'm going blind in one eye, my right eye. Should be.
Steph said she wanted to see me. She must be here somewhere.
She is. She's right. God dang it. That didn't help. That made it worse. Because it's bouncing off one of my external hard drives. Okay. Now I just see, like, light reflectors off my...
Hey, I'm glad you stopped by. I've only got a sec, but... Have you talked to Ethan at all?
No.
He's taking it really hard. But what you did for me this morning got me thinking. What if Ethan needs something like that too? Something fun and distracting. Something like a LARP.
Like costumes, foam swords, that kind of thing?
Yeah, but designed just for him and Thanor.
He'll love that.
Yeah, I'm glad you think so. I need your help though. I want it to be as good as it can be. Ethan gave you one of his comics, right? So, what do you think? Who would the famous monster slayer have the most fun defeating?
Lord of the Underworld or Storm Ritter the Undead? Underworld.
Cravius looks pretty badass. Go with that.
All right, then. Oh, I gotta get back in there. There's some stuff in my comp book. It'd be cool if you could check it out. Help me make some calls.
I'll see what I can do.
Maybe it'll help this guy. Maybe.
Hey, Haven listeners. That was Phone Tap with their new single, Elephant in the Room.
Oh. Looks like Steph wants me to do more than just make some decisions. She wants me to play a bard.
Alex, fill in your character? Yeah.
Guess I'm in. Let's start with my name.
The Spring Festival is just around the corner. Sponsored by Typhon Mining Company. Admission is free this year, so
Alto is a good name for a bard.
bring your ex.
Ability time. Distortion Field sounds fun, but Healing Serenade could really come in
Oh, is
handy.
this for D&D or something? Or no, that's a LARP.
Healing Serenade it is. How did I meet Thanor? It was a dark and stormy night.
She wrote that super quick.
This LARP thing just might work.
Alright, hoodie guy. I don't know what more to help you with, brother. There's nothing I can do for you.
Val, I just want to be friends.
And like nothing is popping out. Like in terms of like a record to help this guy. Like nothing's coming. So I can't help him. I don't know. I would, but I don't know. What more to help him? I don't know. There's nothing anywhere. So, sorry, hoodie guy. Long live hoodie guy. Okay, now we see Mac.
Still need to check the flower shop for Mac.
And the flower shop is where? Did anyone come from this way? Or am I all
Man, these overnight shifts really
lost
take it
and
out of
turned
me.
around?
Yeah, my sleep schedule's
No.
fucked.
Coffee in the morning, whiskey before bed. Works like a charm.
Well, we came from that way, so we're going this way. Just need to find the flower shop. What's she sad about?
It's that guy's sister.
Oh.
I
feel so bad for her.
Getting sick of
There it
people
is.
feeling bad for me.
Here we are. What kind of confrontation will we find ourselves in? Let's find out. Steve Kerrigan, what's going on?
Eleanor? Oh! Sorry.
No need to apologize. How are you, dear?
Oh.
Oh, nice. I only just started it last week,
I'm okay.
so I'm only
I
on chapter
guess.
2.
Taking it one moment at a time.
It's the best way to be.
Is Mac here?
Oh, he was helping me not too long ago. I think he just left. Can't have gotten too far.
Got it. Thanks.
I
No,
bought She's afraid of something. Or a confrontation. She's afraid.
She looks terrified. I can't leave her like this.
I bought Steph's story, so the upgrade, I bought that when I started this stream. And I probably would have done that first before I played the main game, but I'll play it afterward. And then, because I do all this I export all the VODs to YouTube, and I just have a whole playlist of everything in chronological order, as far as I'm aware. So Steph's story is going to have to fit somewhere. Oh, nice. Yeah, I don't know. I'm glad that they made it one game in total, but I'm still just going to take it chapter by chapter or episode, as opposed to the other 2 games. So just 3. Sorry, forgot there was Before the Storm. So just take it one step at a time, basically. Come on. Come on, there you go. Like, is there more than 3 emotions? Anger, sadness, and afraid? I'm just curious.
Okay. Time to figure out why she's afraid.
All my memories are fading. I feel
Okay.
broken.
That's what my first thought was, is that she's like going through like dementia or Alzheimer's, losing her memory. That was initially my first thought. Like, that's the
Doctor
facial
said I
expression she
had more
gave.
time, but everything is becoming so out of order.
Yeah, it was. Mostly because I can't remember anything. So it's like, okay, what did I do? It's like, I don't really feel like going through and like recapping, like going through the end of a VOD and like recapping it.
If they
So
know about my condition, they'll make me close this place.
yeah, she's worrying about, yeah. Wait, why is that whoa. Why is it? So either she's dyslexic or she's getting dementia or Alzheimer's. Thank you, Steve, for the follow. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I love Life is Strange. I don't know what it is about it. I mean, I like all these narrative heavy choice games. That's why I love the Telltale games as well. As well as I played Until Dawn, and like basically all the games that choices have a decision or they matter the playthrough of the game. But yeah, I was gonna say Until Dawn, and then I haven't played any of the other games, like the other Dark Pictures anthology games, so I want to, but I haven't yet. So, do we talk to her now, or what do we do?
How does she hide all of this?
Is there something else? Oh, yes, there's a couple more things in here.
If Riley finds out. She can't find out.
So I'm like, wait, why? Yeah, she's getting dementia or Alzheimer's. Definitely.
Thank you, dear. I'll get started on it right away. Just come by with the check whenever you're free.
Check.
Holy shit.
Hello.
It's not just that she forgot what she was doing.
Yeah.
She's afraid she's forgetting everything. But how can I help her? Forget what you were working on?
You could say I'm having a bit of a senior moment.
Well, maybe I can help. Does Riley know? You could ask her.
Oh, no. I can't ask Riley.
Right, crap. Oh, can't do that.
I wouldn't want to bother her.
Seems like you have a lot going on today. I could help you retrace your steps.
Oh, I don't want to keep you.
Hey, I want to help.
And I feel like we're gonna do the same thing, probably with Mac.
Okay, what would Eleanor have done first? Did you trim these flowers today?
I don't remember.
He's still got sunglasses on. Oh.
You must have flipped the sign to open.
I always flip it first thing when I come in. And then I open my mail.
Yeah, absolutely.
Something must have distracted me.
Yeah, I've been there. It's,
We can do this.
yeah, both, I had two grandparents, go through dementia and Alzheimer's, and it's not easy, that's for sure.
You were over here when I came in. Maybe you were counting the drawer.
You don't have to do this. I'll be all right on my own.
Hey, I'm not going anywhere. Did you trim these flowers today?
I don't remember.
Could a phone call have distracted you?
Yes. I got a call first thing in the morning. But I can't think who it was.
Maybe we can find something to remind you. You were over here when I came in. Maybe you were counting the drawer.
I would have done that last night.
Oh, right. Duh. I work in food. Of course, we count the drawers at
Did
the
you
end of
trim
the
these
night.
flowers today?
I don't remember.
Okay, so sounds like she's getting agitated.
Could it have been Riley who called?
Oh, right, yeah.
I think that's right. She called to tell me about a new order. Goodness. What was the order for?
Was it about the lilies?
Rush order. This must be what Riley came in for.
Okay, would check.
I think that order might have been for these lilies.
The lilies don't look,
Of course.
real healthy.
Riley helped me pick them out before she left.
Now we just have to figure out who ordered them.
Oh, never mind.
The check for the lilies would be in here, right? That could tell us who bought them.
Should.
There you
Mr.
go.
Jedediah Lucan. Huh.
Jed.
Looks like the lilies are for Jed.
That's right. Riley dropped off an order for Jed.
I knew you'd figure it out.
I couldn't have done it without you. Jed must be hosting some event. I wonder why he wants lilies, though. They're traditionally for funerals.
God. She doesn't remember.
Oh, dear. Um... No. I know, and like this is all just flooding back, like with my mom's mom. That she didn't even remember like her own kids. So like my mom and her siblings, she didn't remember her own kids, but yet she always remembered me. And as I say, compared to them, I'd be more short term, if you will. They'd be more long term. So it's like the fact that she just remembered who I was, but then she couldn't remember who her own kids were. That killed me. So I'm almost trying to play this off personal experience here. Oh. Gotcha. For me, I feel like it's better just to not mention it. So then to me, it'd be like, you're not putting a burden on them or helping them remember it. It's just almost, for me, it's like it's better to leave some stuff alone. And then who knows for sure how well her memory is. Obviously, I mean, it can't be that well if she doesn't remember what they were for. So if it seems like it's rather short, so I'm just gonna spare her.
You know Jed. Probably doesn't know the difference between a lily and a tulip.
Don't sell him short. He's more clever than he seems. Thanks again for your help. Don't be a stranger.
I won't. Promise. She was finally feeling better. I didn't want to ruin that.
T-shirt. Why is that making us angry?
Okay, this shirt rules. Is it Riley's?
Team Compost. Why is it angry, though? Chompbot, sorry. Can't read.
What do you want? You want to make fun of me too, like those other jock assholes?
What? No. You made us sick kill a robot and won a fucking contest. That's...
First of all, we got third place. And anyway, he's not a robot. Technically, he's... Ugh. God. Way to take the bait, Rye.
Huh.
You know what? Fuck those pricks. You rule. And I would really like to see your robot. If you want to show me.
Okay. That's a very interesting clue. Yes. That's a dispensary. Yeah, I did that one. I told...
Eleanor said Mac is nearby. I don't see it.
I told Charlotte not to take the, the payment, the settlement.
Him here. Maybe at the bridge.
Okay, so the bridge must be this way. Oh, yeah.
How's your progress in Moondrop Ranch? Did you buy your chicken coop?
Right. To me, it was like... I mean, besides the, like, the other option of asking how big, you can take that out of context however you want, how big the settlement is. And the other option was, like, it's shady. And I'm thinking, like, I'm trying to think about it logically. It's like, I mean, yeah, like, if they have something to hide, they would immediately send something as opposed to, waiting it out or like see if they actually get sent to court. And plus, like, money can't buy you happiness. Money cannot bring money cannot bring the dead back. So I just took it from a really logical philosophy, kind of took it from a really strong standpoint. So okay, he's afraid.
I'm so fucked.
Can't hide from me forever, Mac. Mac,
Alex. Look, it's not a good time.
you owe me an explanation about what happened to Gabe.
What? Costing me my girlfriend wasn't enough for you? Now you're gonna accuse me of killing Gabe, too?
You're a dick. I guess we can play to his emotional distress right now.
I get it. He died on your shift and you're freaked, but you have to come clean.
Somehow I'm getting the feeling like he's
There's nothing I can tell you.
he's being somewhat genuine.
Mac, come on. He was my big brother.
I mean, he has like all the motivation in the world.
Something definitely has him scared. maybe if I could tap into his fear, I could get to the truth.
Yeah. Wait,
I just need to find something I could use to push him over the edge.
choice with Riley? Which one was that? I don't remember. Oh, right. Yeah, in the first chapter? Yeah. He's a dick. Yeah, he's a dick. Alrighty. So, what are we doing?
Everyone's out to get me. Alex, Ryan, even Riley. Fuck!
Even Riley? Did something happen with her?
We're done here.
Okay. So there's nothing on the bridge. Wait. Did you help that, the hoodie guy that was, like, in a breakup find his record? I could not find it for the life of me, so I gave up. Yeah. Are we supposed to, like, I don't know. Try to help him? I don't know what to do. I'm sorry, I got completely distracted what I'm supposed to be doing right now. um,
She was finally feeling better. I didn't want to ruin that.
One in Steph's store. Check down the alleyway. I know at one point there was...
I just need to find something I could use to
Gotcha.
push him over the edge.
Find him something to push him over the edge. Would that t-shirt work? I don't know. Let's see if we can grab that t-shirt that's in here. Oh dear. I mean, the man's already on a bridge. He can recreate.
She was finally feeling better. I didn't want to ruin that.
I mean, Mac's already on a bridge. He can recreate It's a Wonderful Life if he really wanted to. Yeah, I remember seeing when you leave the bar that the camera panned over somebody in an alley.
I just need to find something
And I tried
could
to
use
find
to
it.
push him over the edge.
Or I tried to find that person, but I don't know where it was. There's no alley there. It's not that tight of a alley here. Oh, never mind. There's Riley. She's afraid.
If he's innocent, why is he acting like this?
Acting like what? Maybe I can get her to tell me. Hey, Riley.
Alex.
Hey.
I know you and Gabe were close. How are you doing?
I miss him so much.
No, I gotcha. That's okay.
He's like an older brother to me.
I'm glad you had him.
He was a really good guy, Alex.
You and Eleanor seem close.
She's taken care of me ever since I was little. I never really knew my mom, but she's always been there for me.
What does she think about you going away to school?
She's thrilled. I think she just wants me to end up happy.
Interesting to see what she says if we do
Will
that
she
one.
be all right without you?
She's a tough cookie, but I do worry about her sometimes. She's getting older. One day I'll have to take care of her.
I know having you work with her in the shop has meant the world.
Yeah. To both of us.
Yeah. Okay, so she doesn't quite
That
know
fight Mac had with Gabe
that Eleanor
over your
has
secret
dementia
meetings.
or Alzheimer's.
They were about you applying to college, right?
Yeah. Ever since the first time Mac lost his shit in front of them, Gabe and Charlotte had tried to get me to end things with him. And after all this, I can see that they were right.
Do you think he's telling the truth about the call? That Gabe never made it?
No, it's not that... Sorry. I'm really not ready to talk about it.
Okay, this is underlined, so that means something.
Yeah. I get it. It's just... If he didn't do anything wrong, why is he acting like he has something to hide?
I thought the dialogue option was for Mac. Oh, what goes around comes around, Riley.
He asked me to leave Haven with him.
What?
Right after the wake. He wouldn't tell me why. But he just looked so guilty. I told him no, and that we were done. And now... I'm scared he did something horrible.
I mean, he easily could have.
Riley. Thank you for telling me.
You deserve the truth.
I gotta run. There's some stuff I need to do.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll talk soon?
Yeah. Whenever you want. Mac trying to skip town is sketchy as shit. I bet I could use that to stoke his fear.
Hello. Wait. Afraid and anger. Uh-oh. What do we got going on?
Man, can't you take a hint? She's not into you.
Oh.
Let it go.
That's rough.
If I tell him I like him, we'll date, and then we'll break up. And then I'll lose my best friend.
Maybe I could help them. Wait, hell no. What am I thinking? This is none of my business.
I like Alex. I think she's my favorite character in the series so far. Maybe I can help them. Wait, no, that's not my business. That's fantastic. Been there, done that. That's funny. Okay, I'm gonna help this hoodie guy out because I don't want to leave no stone unturned. Now that you're helping me to help me tie up loose ends here. Yep. So it's the poster opposite him? Okay.
Hey, Haven listeners. That was Phone Tap with their new single, Elephant in the Room. We've got a sweet block of indie rock.
Oh, are we having to plug Firewalk? Oops.
The Spring Festival is just
I haven't listened to Firewalk in a while.
Nope.
I like their old stuff better anyway.
Bring your ex. I'm sure it'll be different this time.
So wait, the poster opposite him? I mean, there's Firewalk on the opposite wall, unless there's something over somewhere else. I thought there was another poster somewhere, but I'm probably blind. Oh, the bulletin board. Oh, gotcha. I thought you said it was a poster. My bad.
Wait, Chrissy? She's a dog?
I'm sorry. What? What? Hold on.
How could Chrissy leave me? After everything we've been through together.
Chrissy. Wait.
Hey, you posted about a lost dog, right? I think they have her over at Todd's Hardware.
Are you serious? Thank you so much. I'll call them right now.
That's hilarious.
Hi, I'm calling about the lost dog. Chrissy? Is she okay? Oh, thank God. Is she there now? Oh, awesome. Yes. Thank you so much. Can I pick her up today? No sweat. Take your time. I'll wait.
Heard that.
Thanks again. Me and Chrissy owe you one.
You bet.
Okay.
Chrissy's gonna make it back home. I'm glad I could help.
Cool. But yeah, the whole thing with the guy and gal friend, that's funny. That whole exchange was funny to me because I've been in that situation.
Mac trying to skip town is sketchy as shit. I bet I could use that to stoke his fear.
Okay.
I don't get
Now.
it. Do people just not want ice cream anymore?
Okay, now we go to Mac. We can be George Bailey and recreate It's a
I should
Wonderful
make
Life.
sure there's nothing else I want to do before I confront Mac. What Riley told me might do it, but I should make sure there isn't anything I still want to do around town first.
Oh. Okay. Yeah, no, we're good. Ready, Freddy.
Okay, let's do this. Your ex-girlfriend told me about your plans to skip town. That's not something innocent people do.
God, it's not. I didn't do anything.
Bro, you're public enemy number one.
Fuck off! Leave me alone.
Get him, Alex. Get him. What? Never mind. We're public enemy number one now. What the? Wait, no, she's just making this stuff up, right? Embarrassed. What?
I'll deal with Mac when I get to him. For now, I need to learn everything I can.
How long has that been there?
Typhon's always watching. They run this whole town.
Okay, so is Mac a tinfoil hat wearer then?
Mac
Or-
feels like everyone's staring at him.
Everyone thinks I killed him. They all hate me.
Okay, so we get to see everything from his point of view. Okay, okay. Kind of like how we did with
It's
Eleanor.
not fair. I didn't do anything wrong.
Hello, Riley.
It should have been you instead. Alex?
Oh.
No. What the hell? There are people out there. I told you to call it off.
I saw the way they looked at me at the wake. They all think I let him die.
I know why you're lying. Typhon's forcing you to deny the call.
What the fuck?
You might not have been the reason he died, but you covering for their fuck up makes you guilty too.
You don't get it. This wasn't some accident. I told them you were down there, and they detonated anyway.
On purpose? Why?
I don't know. I swear. And then I get a message telling me to deny there was ever a call.
Okay.
You gotta believe me. Gabe and I, we didn't get along, but I didn't want him dead. And now Typhon's watching me. My girlfriend, she thinks I'm a murderer.
Your ex-girlfriend.
My neighbors all hate me. I mean, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
Come clean.
I think I can calm him down, but does he deserve it?
Yo. I mean, yeah, he just... yeah, otherwise he's about to... Mm-hmm. Yep, okay.
All right, Mac. Come on. You gotta calm down, okay? Dude. Stay with me.
I'm waiting for
I know
him
what
to
it's
punch her
like
lights out for no
to
reason.
be doubted. To have everyone think the worst of you. But the truth will come out. I'll make sure of it.
But Typhon...
If Typhon comes after you, they're gonna have to get through me too, okay?
Thanks. I actually feel a little better.
Yeah, well, you learn a thing or two hanging out with shrinks your whole life.
So, what are you gonna do now?
Don't leave Haven. I'm gonna get to the truth.
Well, I'm thinking I'm gonna have to make this a two-parter for chapter 2, because I'm believing I'm gonna run out of time here, but I will try my best.
Hey. Yeah, it's... Can we talk? Where are you? Okay.
Who is she talking to? That was like one of the shrinks in the opening for chapter 1 saying like call at any time, or maybe, I don't know. Hmm. Oh, it's Ryan. Ryan?
You were right. About Typhon, about Mac.
Alex.
Mac got the call.
How do you know that?
He got the call and he lied about it.
Doesn't matter.
Someone is putting pressure on him to keep quiet. Someone from the mine, and...
It doesn't matter! I keep coming here and playing it back. But it always ends the same.
Ryan.
He's dead. He's really dead, Alex.
Yeah? Oh, right, yeah, they were friends. I'm looking at my camera and I'm trying to figure out what's behind me.
It was my fault. My job is to keep people safe. And I failed.
You saved Ethan.
We'll appeal to
That kid is alive right now because of you.
using Ethan first.
She's wrong. I let her cross that log. I put Gabe in harm's way. I'm not a hero. I'm a coward. Worse than worthless.
Oh.
I know what it's like to feel worthless and helpless. But we saved Ethan. And you saved me.
It doesn't matter. Gabe's dead. Because of me. Gabe, I'm so sorry.
I forgive you. How could I not? You're not alone. Whoa, hold on. There's a guy in a gorilla suit? Does he also jump off of the cliff and into the pool?
No, he chases a guy in a banana suit. That guy jumps off the cliff and into the pool.
Okay, I'm sorry. This is a Mexican restaurant?
Nominally. The food is, well, terrible. But it's Gabe's favorite place. I tell you, he's the oldest 12-year-old I know. Can I ask you something?
Uh-oh.
You came up here to tell me that I was right about Mac. About him getting the call. How did you know?
There's something you should know about me. And it's gonna be easier to show you than to explain it. This is gonna seem sort of weird at first, then really weird. Do you trust me? Okay. Think of something sad. Like, breaks your heart sad. Really focus until you feel it.
What's happening now? How did it go with stuff earlier after the wake? I don't remember. I don't remember who Steph was or who Steph is. I don't remember.
Never made anyone laugh like him. You said you'll never hear it again.
Oh!
Never a dull moment.
Right, Steph. Right. I got her. We did the whole foosball thing. I feel like I should have made her win like the first time around. Whoa. Is this what happy looks like? Or joy?
Whatever it is you're thinking about right now, don't stop, okay? Keep going.
Or well, I did the thing with the LARP thing too.
What emotion is this?
Happiness? Joy? Yay, we get more emotions.
Must be a good memory. I wonder if I can piece it together.
Gabe, Goose.
I see it. It'll move.
It's not moving.
It'll move. Gabe! Oh, that's a lot of blood, huh?
Gabe, this is serious. Killing a Canadian goose is a violation of international law.
Shut up. It is not.
They're Canadian geese, Gabe. Property of the Crown.
The Crown of...
Property of the Crown, Gabe.
What do we do?
So since you're a Life is Strange player, Bay or Bay to the end of the first game.
How deep you think?
Deeper than that. The Royal Canadian Mounted Police can spot a goose grave at 100 paces.
The Mounties?
Same.
Oh, come on, man.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
How long were you going to let me dig?
I wasn't going to stop you.
Yep. Absolutely.
So, did you finish burying the goose or not? Okay, also, property of the Crown? Really?
Well, they are technically protected under the Migratory Bird Treaty Act.
The
How?
That the bonus episode The bonus episode,
So-
Farewell, for
I guess I have this
Before the Storm, that killed me. That
power.
episode killed me. Like, oh my god.
I can see other people's emotions. They show up like an aura, and if I get too close, I feel what they feel. As if I was feeling it myself. And when I focus, I can even understand why they're feeling it.
Excuse me.
And that's what you just did with me?
Yes, sir.
Whew. Some kind of power. No kidding.
It's only ever been the bad emotions before, but that was pure joy.
Who else knows?
Oh, Gabe did.
Gabe did. But now I guess just you. And that's how I know Mac's terrified of Typhon. He reported Gabe's call, and they ignored it. Now they're putting pressure on him to toe the line.
Okay, but why?
I don't know yet. Someone made the decision to let the blast go off. Seems like finding out who would be a good start.
So, you're going after Typhon? You'll need help.
I keep wanting to pronounce Typhon as Typhoon, but there needs to be another O in
You
there.
don't have to.
You're stuck with me now.
It's probably not that big of a deal, but what are we... I'm thinking just handshake, but they're already past that phase. Bring it in.
You're welcome,
Oops.
I guess.
Yeah. Thanks. Thank you.
No. Thank you.
Yeah, when she asked Alex if she likes girls, I didn't know how to respond. I think I said no, but I feel like that's not something that's like locked in forever, let's say. It's subject to change, I would think, but
This one's for you, Gabe. I miss you.
oh, really? I just reacted. I forget what the first thing was that she said that Alex is like, what? She said something like loser. It's like, what?
How do I say
I hope this is the end of the chapter. That way I can end it on a high note, kind of, if you will. It should be. It's a cinematic.
how do I change all of the pain into the joy? I won't hold on to this place
There's
without
Ethan.
I didn't speak this morning. I couldn't.
All the games are, to be perfectly honest.
Hearing everyone talk about him, about the life he had here with all of you, I lost the chance to have that. But even though I only had one day with him, he changed my life.
said I didn't know if I belonged here. He told me that home isn't something you find. It's something you build.
I'm actually really impressed. I was playing around with the settings in the first chapter. That there's a setting that it's like broadcaster, it's like streamer friendly or content creator friendly. Like you can turn off royalty or like licensed music. It's like, whoa! If only more developers could be like that. Like that's amazing. That's great. And I feel like for the full experience, I would need the actual licensed music. So. Everybody has joy. Except for that one over there behind Pike. That's a little sus, not gonna lie. Can't remember her name.
This place without
Yep. What did I say? Oh dear.
let you fly. I will say goodbye.
I mean, she didn't have to be there, but oh well. Okay. Whoa. Majority. Only 4% told him to deal on his own. To deal him on his own. Yikes. No, yeah. Wow, I was in the minority of helping. Oh, wait, no. Oh, we let her forget about games, but that. Okay. Charlotte didn't take Typhon's money. 37, Alex didn't sit on the ledge of the dock. Oh. Left the mess for later. I thought I cleaned everything up. Whatever. Alex didn't add anything to the memory table. Oh. There's a lot of things I didn't do. Spent a moment thinking about Gabe. Chose to go by Alto for LARP. Back Ryan's claim. Yep. Okay. Yep, we didn't help the bird watcher. So, yes. Oh, main menu. All right, well, that's going to be it for me. Thank you, Steve, for hanging out. It was a pleasure. And I don't know when I'll be on next, so.